But I'm cutting it. No, no, it's cut. I'm cutting it. I'm not cutting it. Don't worry, don't worry. If I see things bad, if I put it, I can take profit. But if I sound bad,
So what does that mean?
come back to
Are we all joined up?
No edge here.
okay. Thank you. Like, you guys told me.
Please, when we are ready, let me know. Is it Oscar rent that we're looking at? Oscar rent, ba?
No.
Okay, wait. I think we imported something to the model. We imported something to the model. Thank you,
Did you put commission, ba? Huh? You're not supposed to do commission now. It's only car allowance that I say you should put. so that we can calculate commission. Have you? Okay. So this one, you first time looking at okay, let us give 1 minute for everybody to settle down and join up. Just 1 minute.
I'm glad that you guys
Hello and welcome to another Microsoft Excel class. Today we're going to be looking at VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and how to plot a simple graph. And for us to be able to do this, I'm going to quickly share my screen. Please, can everybody see my screen? Am I clear? Okay. So we're going to be looking at this very table. Oscar rents a car company. So this is a car renting company. There you have the commission rate and we have the social insurance rate. You can see both of them are written separately from the main table. So we have the employees, their ID numbers, their names, the grades that they are, their base salary, the sales that they make. Then how do they get their commission? We're going to be able to calculate this, calculate the allowance, calculate the social insurance cost, the monthly salary. Then we're going to be able to, from a key table known as grade table, we're going to be able to match. If the grade is A, what will be the position? From here, you can see that at grade A, position is senior. If the grade is B, what's going to be the position? at grade B, the position should be junior. So whenever you are filling up a table from another table, the key table, then you're going to be using what we call either VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, depending on the direction of the lookup. And that is what we're going to be doing. So this very sheet that is here, I've already prepared it in my Excel. So this is the Oscar Rent a Car Company. So this is the empty table that we're going to be using to do all this calculation and work. So please pay attention so that you understand what's going to be happening here. So this Excel is prepared by one of my students. I think Precious did this. So let's use this and experiment all this. And in order to start, I'm going to quickly go to the instructions. So this is the table, and this is the instruction telling us what to do. So the first instruction says, create the worksheet above, as shown above, and rename it to Oscar. So that worksheet has been created by my student. You can see it. And the student renamed it Oscar already. This is Oscar. So had it been I want to rename to Abiola or anything, I can call it that worksheet. So that's how you rename. So just click on the worksheet, which is down here, right click and say rename. So but the name they said is what? Oscar. So I type Oscar and press the enter key. That's how you rename a worksheet. Worksheet is what you see here. If you click here again, you see another worksheet 2. This worksheet 1. Click again, you see another worksheet. But I want only one worksheet. So I'm going to delete this worksheet, delete this other one. So that I'm having only worksheet Oscar. That's the first instruction. The next instruction says, name the cell range A22 to A26 as grade. Because we want to be using this table, this key table to determine what will be going inside position, we want to name it. So to name it, you simply select what you are, the range that you are told to name. You right click and click on define name. Where is define name? So I'm going to select the table again. So I right click. There should be define name. I think it's due to your formatting or what. Okay, so I'm quickly gonna do this. This table, we have I don't know, you tell somebody to do something, he will do something else and be delaying the class. Position and grade. So for the first one, we have A, and the position is what? Senior. Position is senior. Second one is what? B, and position is what? Junior. Third one is what? C, and the position is what? Executive. And the fourth one is what? D, and the position is what? Training. So that's what we have. I'm gonna just delete this. Or did you already name it? What was it saying there? Okay, name this as table 1. So I'm gonna quickly delete this table since we are no longer using it. So this is the table we are using. Okay, I'm gonna put border to it. So this is the table we are using. We are no longer using this. So please, when I give you something to do exactly what is there. Don't go formatting and doing all those things, so that the class can be followed. So the next instruction says what? Name cell range A22 to A26 as grade. So the cell range is no longer A22 to A26, but actually what they want us to name is this very table. So I'm going to pick out the table. Check out where I'm picking out from the actual things, not their labels. So the actual grade and what? Position. So I'm going to pick it up like this. Then I right click. You can see define name. Can you see define name? So click on define name. So the name is what? What name did you say we should give it? Is it grade or grades? Grade. No S, okay? So I've done that. So once I do that, I click on the OK. So you say the name entered already exists. Choose a unique name. So it possibly has named something there before. So I'm going to pick another name. Grade 1. That's what we are naming it. TechNote grade 1. Okay. So that is the name of that table. So what is the next thing I'm supposed to do now? So I go to the next instruction. Next instruction say find commission. Commission is equal to sales times commission rate. Sales times what? Commission rate. So be very careful. See how we're going to do this today. We don't want to encounter the problems we had before. So can you see commission rate? So I click there, I right click and define name. Can you see define name? I also want to assign it a name because it's somewhere else. It's not in our main listing. So define name. What name are we going to define it? Commission rate is already written there. Can you see that? So I press the word. Okay. So I now have it as commission rate. Is that clear? So let me also assign the second one since we are going to use it at some point. So I click here, right click and say what? Define name. What name? Social insurance what? Rate. So what it does is that if you look at here, it will put the value in such a way that it can be referred anywhere. So that's why we are doing it, so that our processes will be very smooth this time around. So what's the next thing we'll do? Find car allowance. Okay, no, you are in the third one. Find commission. Commission equals to sales times commission rate. So let's do that. So this is commission. Click in the first commission, and it is what? Equal to, I put equal to sales. So I click on sales. Can you see sales? Then I press what? Times, which is this, this. Then times what? Commission rate. Can you see commission rate? So I click on commission rate. Is that clear? Can you see the name there now is commission rate? Can you see that? So that makes our work perfect. So I press the enter key. So that brings 800. So with that, you're going to have a very perfect calculation. I'm going to copy this and then paste across. So copy it and do what? Paste. So you can see now that we are having a perfect, can you see it's perfect? So those errors that were there are no longer there. And why are they no longer there? Because we defined them for all these other columns. You understand? So whenever the cells you're picking is not inside the main table, if it is an outside table, make sure you use define name to define it. Is that clear? So that it can effectively work. So what is the next thing on the option? The next thing will be to find car allowance. And for employees with D and B, we said we are going to put 100. For other ones, put 0 because this instruction was not clear. So we said manually put what? 0 for every other person apart from, for every other grade apart from B and what? D. So that's why for A we put 0, for B 100, for A 0, for D 100, for C 0, for D 100, and for B 100. So having done that, let's do the next instruction, which is what? Find social insurance cost, which is what? Basic salary times social insurance rate. Okay. So this is social insurance cost, and it is what? Equal to what? Basic salary. So click on the first basic salary times what? Social insurance rate, which is this one I click. Can you see is the name that is coming out? So I press the what? Enter key and it's there. So if I right click and say copy, then I do what? Paste across. So I have all of them are perfect calculations, no single error. So I'm gonna check out the next thing. And the next thing is there is what? Monthly salary, which is equal to what? Base salary plus commission plus car allowance minus social insurance cost. So the which one? Monthly salary is equal to what? Equal to what? Base salary. So I click on the first base salary, press what? Plus what? Commission. I press commission plus what? Car allowance. I press the first car allowance plus minus this time around social insurance cost. Abi? Then I press the enter key. Everything is listed. So I'm gonna quickly do what? Copy and do what? Paste across. So you can see that everything is so perfect. Isn't it perfect? Today's class is very enjoying, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to go to the last instruction, or second to the last, which is well, using VLOOKUP. That's what you're looking at today. Find position based on what? Grade. So VLOOKUP, in using VLOOKUP, you simply look up vertically. VLOOKUP, V simply means vertical lookup. So we're going to check through all the grades and find their what? Positions. Is that clear? Looking up this very table that is here, this key table. So I'm going to click on the first one, position. Then which formula do I want to use? VLOOKUP. So I'm going to go to formulas. I'm going to say recently used, which I know it will not be. Okay, it's there already, but if it's not there, go to what? Insert function. Then go to what? Or. Then scroll down to V, because you're looking for VLOOKUP. So V, this is V. I click on it, then I click on OK. So it will ask me, the first thing is asking me, look up value. What value am I looking at? I'm looking up grades in order to find position, isn't it? So I'm going to click on the first grade, program. So it will ask me another one, table array. Which table am I concentrating? So to get to table, if this thing is covering your table, click here, or just type in the name of the table. So we name the table what? Grade what? Grade 1, isn't it? That's what we name the table. So once you write the right name, you will see it will bring out the table options here, so that you know you wrote the right thing. Column index, which column are we looking? So if we look at this table, this is the table we wrote. The first column is grade, the second column is position, and it's position that we want to find. So position is in the column 2, so we write 2. Then finally here, I told us we always write what? False. Then once you press the OK, it's going to bring senior, because A is senior. You can see A is senior. If you now copy this and paste down and across, down, it's gonna pick them automatically. It's picking junior for what? B, and picking another A senior, but it's not seeing this last two. So why is it not seeing the last two? So let me extend this. Okay. So it's not seeing D and what? Is it just CD? Not seeing this C, D, and another D. Okay, it's not seeing C and D's. Abi? So why is it not seeing C and D's? Let me select this again. Grade 1, okay. Grade G is in capital letter. So let's quickly get to the formula again. Okay. Grade 1 is okay. So it should be able to show us. Okay. So let me quickly copy this again. Copy. Paste it in the former position where we had it before. Let me delete this one totally. Okay. So if I select this, then define it as what? What should I define it as? So it's not still seeing C and D. So what could have been the problem? Okay, try it out on your own so that we know.